Hey YouTube universe, I promised I'd be back and here I am with another story. MissMax at your service. Or so you think. The story is called Ms. Pink, the only girlfriend I had ever had. I have been in love with exactly 2 women in my entire life. The second time was unrequited and is not relevant to this tale. I was a young woman. Age and dates escape me, which is why history tests were so ridiculous to me. I was over 21, but not by much. I was a personal chauffeur for a friend employer. We spent a lot of time together, trapped in the passenger compartment of his car. He would confide in me, and I would keep all his secrets. One day, I found myself confiding to him that my ideal future would include a husband and a wife. I do not recall his reaction. We shared endless hours together in his Corvette. Most of it was unpleasant, in my opinion, and the chatter not interesting enough to note. What I do remember made me wonder why he didn't get another driver, as he complained incessantly. Apparently, he was not as obtuse as I had imagined. One summer's day, he had me drive to the home of a beautiful, platinum blonde-haired girl. He introduced her saying, "This is damsel. She also wants a husband and a wife." She and I became fast friends. I met her family and heard about her life. I loved to sit with her on my lap at the local watering hole. We were quite an attention magnet. Her boyfriend was in the house band. She was beautiful and popular. I felt protective. And prideful. I was careful not to push her into bed, which was quite a feat in itself. She would ask me why I didn't want to get naked with her. I always explained that when she was ready, I would know. I was willing to wait forever. She had never been with a woman, and I knew she was not ready for that raw and unexplored sexual intimacy, as appealing as the thought may have been to me. We would even sleep in the same bed. I was content to cuddle and hold her. Uncharacteristic? Well, yeah. One Saturday night, after the band was packed and we were ready to head out, she told me she had a present for me. A sense of foreboding overtook me, and I began to worry. I knew she was plotting something. She rarely surprised me, and when she did, it was seldom pleasant. Following her directions, I drove to the studio of her drummer boyfriend. As we got out of my car, my first instinct was to run. I asked her to please not do this. She ignored me, as was her way. I adored her and never wanted to hold her back when she said, "Let's go." We had many adventures together, most of which I have forgotten over the years. I knew in my gut this time I'd be sorry I gave in, and yet, with her, I always gave in. Her beloved drummer was quite the lucky boy, my beautiful girlfriend naked on one side of him, and me attempting to please her while panicking on the other side. He received the treat of a lifetime. I later found out she planned this party for him at his request and insistence. In the course of the event, she and I finally became physically intimate. Despite the foreboding, I was thrilled. I'd been waiting, dreaming, planning. Her tiny body, soft skin, blue eyes, and oh, those lips were all so delicious. I was almost able to ignore the drummer and my instincts screaming, "No, no, no." Driving her home was painful. She would not talk or look at me. I knew the drummer's menage a trois party was a mistake. As she disappeared into the darkness of her living room, I saw her crying. I turned and sobbed all the way home in response. Damsel ignored my call for 3 days. She would not answer the door, and finally her dad told me she didn't want to see me. Whoops, hold on. Oops. Yep, here we go. Finally, her dad told me she didn't want to see me. His demeanor said, "Final," and I was devastated. I felt tearful. Oh, I left tearful message after tearful message on our answering machine. Sometimes I would apologize, and others I would blame her stupid boyfriend. During one of my emotional attempts to draw her back, she picked up the phone. She explained the situation was too overwhelming for her, and she could not continue to be my friend. That was the last time I'd ever spoken to Damsel. Tears well even now while tapping my laptop keys. I miss her and wish her well. I only speak her handle out loud so that if you know her, dear listener, tell her I still have her widget. You know where to find me. That really was my only girlfriend. I met somebody later who actually knew her. She was still doing what she did best, which was pretty much her way. YouTube, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.